Hey, what's up, guys? So doing another What's Next. This one is going to be on undefeated 154-pound champion Jaime Munguia of Mexico. So Munguia fought in the main event of a DAZN card on Saturday, April 13th. He got a hard-fought, controversial 12-round majority decision over Australian Dennis Hogan. That was a controversial win for him. It was close. Really could have went either way. He was landing good shots, but, the decision, just another kind of hard-fought decision win for him at 154. I do think the weight is affecting him. So the question now is, what's next for Jaime Munguia? Well, Munguia has been talking about a July return. After the fight, he said he wants to return in July. He has not mentioned Dennis Hogan's name for a rematch, even though Hogan wanted a rematch. And I think he probably deserves one. For Munguia, what I think he should do next is I think he needs to stop at 154 and move up to 160 already. This is 2 fights in a row where, we're expecting spectacular knockout wins for this guy, and he's really been pushed to the limit. I think a lot of it has to do with weight because he's really struggling to make 154 to stay world champion. But I think he's got options at 160. I think he should fill out that weight and then go after a world title, possibly against Demetrius Andrade before the end of the year. And to be honest, if he's going to be a future opponent for Canelo Alvarez, he needs to get rolling and make it sellable and believable, even though it will be no matter what. But I think a lot of people will go into that fight if he continues to have performances like he's had. I think a lot of people will be going to that fight like Canelo's just going to whip the shit out of him. Now, this guy, according to what I read before, his contract with Golden Boy was a 5-fight contract guaranteeing him a showdown with Canelo. So he's already 2 fights into this contract. If he fights in July, that's 3. He fights before the end of the year, that's 4. The 5th fight on that contract, barring, they hold true to it, would probably be next May against Canelo. So, one, he's going to have a world title or really have made a name for himself. So if I'm him, I'm giving up that 154-pound title and moving up to 160 and taking on, maybe getting 1 or 2 tune-up fights there, possibly 1 tune-up fight in July, and going after Demetrius Andrade by the end of the year. I think that would make a lot of sense right there because Andrade is probably going to be asked out and not get the fight with Canelo. Even though Canelo keeps talking about wanting all the world titles at 160, I'm not sure that fight's going to fly for Canelo, in September against Andrade. I think the Triple G fight is still probably the favorite for him. He does have other options, though. So, it's going to be interesting to see what Munguia does. But Munguia can get big fights and good fights at 160 to really test himself. And I really think that's his more natural weight. And where his power is going to flourish is up at 160 because he's a big guy at 154. So we'll see what he does. That's it on 154-pound champ Jaime Munguia. True boxing. Been hit with the truth.